It has been 2 days, approximately, since I started reviewing this whole setup here. Very impressive. This is the new NEBULA, a new NEBULA product from Anker. Anker has put out their new NEBULA line, which is where they house their projector products. If you know Anker, you know they make very good products, extremely high reviewed of different sectors, and now they're into projectors. So when they asked me if I wanted to review it, obviously I said yes, because I'm getting into projectors and it's a very strong name brand. Plus, the specs look really good on paper. So they asked me if I want to review it, and I said yes. This here is a portable projector. As you can see, it does have a pop-up handle. Portable, it's not the lightest thing in the world, but it's also not that heavy. Honestly, it comes with a carrying case, which I'll pop in a second. Into the video. This thing is very, very nice. It's a 4K projector, but it's a 4K laser projector. It's not just the advantage of being 4K. Laser projector is going to give you a much cleaner image. I find that you get a lot less fringing. They're also very bright. You can get a nice, bright, crisp image off of a laser projector. This is one of them there. You do get a lot of different features built into this unit itself. You can buy it just as it is right here, the NEBULA projector right here, or you can then move into the full kit here. This full kit here is optional. You don't have to get it. But it does come with 2 microphones. You may think why? Well, you might be using your projector as a professional setting, or let's be honest, karaoke. So you can set those up and they're literally just turn it on and it just plays the audio over whatever you're playing. So if you have like a YouTube video and you want to do that route, you just turn them on. You also do then get the speakers here. These are 2 satellite style speakers. So satellite being like that. They are not Call of Duty proximity explosives like they might look. They're very good speakers. These actually sound incredible. I would be actually tempted to just buy these as they are, just for a home setup, because they're very sleek. They're actually portable as well, right? They do fold up, but they sound very good. You'll see all this in the video. I don't want to totally spoil the video. So you can buy the projector here just as it is. It's an incredible image. I don't want to spoil too much of it, like I said, but you do get in this as well the speakers. Sounds pretty darn good as they are, but if you want to go with the full kit, honestly, this full setup here, it's a very reasonable price. Okay, and let's have a look at the website. They have all kinds of goodies here. We're going to look at this with the Canadian website rather than the American website. You can just convert to US dollars. I'm Canadian, so if you don't know Canadian dollars, basically take off like 40% for USD, or you can hedge that against yours. So we have the 2 options here. This is the projector itself here. So it looks like it's right now $3,600. You do get a nice discount right here. I can put that code, I guess, in the video description down below, some links or something to the website, whatever. Yeah, so we have both of the specs here, and then you do also have the bundle here. You can buy the bundle on its own if that's preferred, whatever. So we'll just come down here and have a quick look. So some of the specs here, we do have officially licensed apps, Netflix, I mean YouTube is YouTube, Hulu, Prime Video, etc. It uses Google TV, so you can add more. There's no issues there. Pretty good contrast ratio, 5,000 to 1. You'll see in the video that it does look quite good. I mean, it's a laser projector, so especially in a dark room, I mean, it just isn't really going to be projecting light in areas where it doesn't need to. And so it just depends how dark your wall is, for example. You can use different canvases, like you can use a dark canvas, a light canvas. That'll affect that there. 3,500 NC lumens. It's a little weird how it works. It's hard to compare to like nits or something, but it's bright. We'll put it that way. It's very, very, very bright. It does have the AI spatial adaptation, which I'm going to show you in the video here. Basically, it can actually detect the outline of a screen, for example, and fill it. I will show that as well. If you put it on a wall or something like that, it's going to actually fill it. It figures it out. It's the AI eras here, and it does have some motors in that will adjust. 200 watt sound. I mean, it's pretty booming. You'll hear that as well in the video. It gets pretty booming. It's pretty impressive. You do get good color space here. Good color accuracy as well. Again, it is a laser type projector, so you can actually pull off these numbers and have them look pretty darn good. So that's very good. You'll see. I mean, we're going to go through all the video here and show that. Then in the kit here, this is optional. You don't have to buy it, but you certainly can. They sent it over. You do get a really nice carrying case, very premium. I'll show that in a sec. You do get the 2 microphones, which can be used for professional type use, or of course you can do some karaoke if you want. You can certainly do that. And then we do have our 2 speakers there. These are very impressive speakers. And there it is. Clean. So we do have some image adjustment, depth sensing. That's going to be good for distance. Power in. HDMI, HDMI eARC. This thing does have speakers built in, and of course we do have the 2 speakers. I'm not going to use a soundbar with it because it has eARC, but eARC is fantastic. It's my preferred method for hooking up a soundbar. You just plug in a standard HDMI cable. If your soundbar supports eARC, you plug that into your soundbar. Mine does. And then this will just automatically, when you turn this on here, it'll turn on your soundbar theoretically, and then it will play audio through that. USB-A for media, USB-C for media, and then you do get audio optical. So if you just want to plug that in there, very good. Power DC, lots of ventilation here. You can see it's not clean, nice clean little package there. Very beautiful looking projector. Not the same as other brands, which is nice to see. Nice clean little setup there. Of course, you can go like that there. And then on the bottom, you do have your mounting. I'm going to set it up on a little table, but I could mount it, and you can see it does have mounting options down there. Okay, now this part is actually going to be spliced in from the end of the video because I'm going to pack this up. I've already played with it, but I wanted to get some better footage. So this is the travel case that if you get the bonus kit comes with it. You do have nice rubber feet here on the corners to protect it from impacts, give it some structure. Accessory sachet. You do have carrying handles, very nice. The quality of the material is exceptionally premium. Padded, nice thick padding in there, so if you're traveling with it or something, it's going to be impact resistant. In here you do have a shoulder strap, that feels nice. And we have our goodies, sachet. So I got the 2 mics. We have our, can you see that? Yeah, you can. We do have our speaker 1. Meep. Speaker 2. Meep. And projector. Meep. Very nice, clean setup. Look at that. People are like, hey, he's got a really big lunch bag with lots of proteins and goodie snacks. And you're like, nah, bro, I don't got snacks. I got a 4K projector up in here. Hell yeah. So let's do this first turn on here. Now it's actually adjusting the laser, the actual projector. You can see it up on the roof now. It'll figure it out. And there it comes on its own. I'm not doing anything, by the way. Hands free. It'll figure it out. Eventually, I'm just going to test in a few ways. We're going to start on this kind of I guess small white canvas, my wall behind, and that will give it, we'll be able to test like very, very high contrast, very, very high peak brightness because it's a very bright white canvas. Then I'll take it down. My walls are actually more of a, I don't know, softer color, so better if you need some extra contrast. We'll test both. But you can see here, it's figuring it out. It'll go like that, and there it goes. So yeah, let's get it set up. It does use just Google TV, so it's just a very basic Google TV. I'm gonna set it up as a Google TV. I'm very comfortable with Google TV. I use a Google TV, and if you are used to it, you'll know why. It's just very easy to set up. So we'll cut back after it's set up. Okay, so now we're into some features specific to the Nebula by Anker. One-click image correction. There's a button in the middle that you can do one-click image correction. It's right here. All right, it's showing it there as well. That's fine, very good. We also have spatial adaptation. You've already seen that. When I was doing the setup, that's kind of why I showed it. It'll figure it out. I'm actually going to get rid of this in a minute, but it's fine. And you can see here it's actually filling the screen just fine, pretty much perfectly, to be honest. Move and zoom, we can move and zoom as we go. Eye guard, which is something that's really good if you walk in front of it. It won't blast your eyes with lasers. Lasers are generally not good for eyes. Wall color adaptation. This is a white screen right now. I will be testing on a more of a, it's almost like a light cream wall, I guess normally, which is good for bringing contrast into the picture a little bit better. Depends what we're looking for. Anyways, so it's just telling you what's up. Okay, so we're gonna start with the small white screen here. Now, I will warn you, laser projectors are incredibly difficult to film. I don't know why. I guess because it's a laser and it confuses the camera. So there's a thing I can do. I've tried multiple cameras. I have a DJI, which is like a camera. I have my iPhone. I've tried Android devices. It doesn't matter. It's just they look funny when you're recording them. I can assure you though, in person, it will not look the same. They always come out with kind of like a purpley, you can see there's a little bit of a purpley hue to it. It's just the way that lasers behave. So you don't just have like a bulb, just like an ambient light bulb shooting onto the screen. You actually have lasers, and potentially some of that is going to be refracted off. The camera picks up the laser and it gets confused. Here are two Anker products. I'm sure you've heard of Anker. They make all kinds of. Okay, so I'm going to need to turn it down. Very high quality. Because it's loud, it's going to confuse you guys. So I have this right beside me, and I'm just going to turn it down. So what I'm doing here is I want to just have a quick look. This is just like an Anker review thing that I did before. So we'll cut here. I'll do a couple back and forth, but we're going to start with the text first. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the text in this video. It's incredibly sharp. Like, I mean, I'm also standing right next to it, but I'd be able to identify any issues. And again, we're dealing with YouTube compression, severe YouTube compression, right? So even if we come in here, we'll go over here. That's not what I meant to do. We'll go like that, come over here, go settings, quality 1080p. We're going to turn that all the way up to 4K. Now, I record at 4K. I put my videos at 4K on YouTube, but YouTube will slightly crush. And despite that, look at this. And despite that, you can see this text is incredibly sharp, incredibly sharp. We'll also cut to the large wall. Maybe we can do that now. And we'll have a look at how crisp this text looks on a very large canvas. I mean, it's a 4K image, native 4K image with 4K video coming out. Oh, here we have a significantly larger wall. I'm just setting it up so that it's massive. Okay, so here's a very large canvas here, massive canvas. We're looking at, oh, I don't even know how big this would be. I think it's over 100 inches, easily. So this is going to be a massive canvas here. Right, so YouTube will actually crush this down quite a bit because it's a 4K image that I output, which is already going to be crushed slightly. Then it's going on to YouTube, which will then crush the image further, obviously. My camera may have also not been in focus. This is more than legible here, absolutely more than legible. Very crisp and clear. When we get into a little game test, which will be the next part here, we'll be able to see considerably better text clarity because it's not going to be like a crushed YouTube. But you can notice I turned off all the lights now. We're on this larger canvas here, and because this wall is off-white, it's not a pure white. The whites still look crisp enough, to be quite frank, but what happens here is the blacks get richer because of that. So personally, the white looks nice, but it's really bright. I would actually go for something like this that's slightly off-white, and it actually does enhance the blacks a little bit better there. So. Okay, so we're going to come in here. I'm going to show one of these 4K demos. This has a very high color space, so I can see right off the bat the reds are incredibly crisp. Very crisp. You're not going to get as much saturation on, as much contrast on a white background like this. You'd actually want to go with a darker background. That's fine. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to show off, oh my, it's so crisp. So we're going to come in here, we're going to show off the colors more than anything. So I can see here that the reds are very vibrant. When you get into, I guess, like a crushed color space, the reds would look muted, almost pinkish, orangish. We don't have that situation here. This is what you want because you're going to be using this for things like video games and movies, content consumption, generally speaking. In those cases, you want to have rich, vibrant, bold colors. You don't just want the projector to be bright, which it is, but that's not the only thing. You don't just want it to be crisp, which it is. You want it to have good colors. It's not meant to be used for, professional video editing or something like that. So they're not coming out and being like, this is a Pantone validated screen color. But what it is vibrant. Reds are incredibly vibrant. Blues are going to be vibrant. So let's come through here. We'll play this for a second, just have a quick look. Okay, here's another one, very crisp, you can see here. Again, we're at a smaller image here, but we will move over in a moment and see how this looks on a much larger canvas. But overall here, it's looking nice and vibrant, nice and crisp, good colors, very saturated, nice and bright. And obviously because we're on a white canvas here, the whites are white, incredibly bright. So if you're looking for vividness, this is the way to go. Despite that, the blacks are still looking pretty good. It's not going to give you the same blacks as something like an OLED screen if you're looking at a TV. But it's a different technology. It's a light projecting projector, so it's just working totally different. So let's pause here and we'll move over to the larger screen area. So now we are on my wall itself. Let's turn off this light, even though it looks bright enough to me, but it might help with recording. Go like that there, calibrating. So I just went to the color wall setting here. Go like that, you can go reset, you can go calibrate. Gonna see what's going on with my wall colors. Yeah, so actually it is actually helping. This one, they just look a little different. On the calibrated, it looks a little richer in some areas and actually muted in others. That's cool. You get a little bit more, a little bit less white. That's a little bit more white. Yeah, looks pretty good. I'm fine with that. Hit back to exit. So, I mean, you can play with as you want. You can just use it as default, depending on your wall color. If you want to use just a straight wall. If you have a screen, there's different types of screens. You can get white screens, you can get brown screens, you can get gray screens. You can get black ones, I believe, too, and just set it up if whatever you want to emphasize. Here, because I have a slightly off white, it's going to increase the blacks, which it does. To be honest, it actually does increase the blacks. So for this part here, I'm going to show that. You can see the projector here. We're going to test the audio. The audio built into the projector itself. We do have the speaker set up there, so let's just see how it sounds on the actual projector itself. 36. And this is right in front of me. If it was somewhere else, it would be almost unaudible. But my noise floor is about 33, 34. So it's very quiet. Okay, so let's turn it, put on some audio here. We'll turn it up. Just, you might want to watch your headphones, obviously, because it's going to get very loud, and I'm relatively close to the thing. It's going to get so loud. Okay, I'm going to actually turn it down. It's going to hurt my ears. Okay, so it's really loud. Obviously, it gets quite loud over 90 dB, which you can't. I mean, you can listen to 90 dB, but not in front of you. Like, you'd have to move it off to the side or something like that because it gets super loud. It's like too loud, if anything. But despite that, even when it's maxed out, it's very crisp. I would say, like, if you're listening to like a pretty loud scenario, like room filling. I'm in a very cavernous room here. It's very big. It's like a full-size living room, very, very large, and also has a huge hallway with open kind of stairway above it as well. And despite that, it's loud and it fills it very easily, even at like 50 or 60. You could easily get by with even lower than that. And the thing is, it's also sounding great. It has a ton of bass at that low end. Not as much as, like a big boomer or something, like a subwoofer, but has a ton of bass nonetheless. The mid-range is incredibly crisp, loud, clear, and even the high end too. I was worried it would also maybe not have so much in like the very high end, maybe sound a little bit muted there and actually be too heavy on the bass, but it's pretty well balanced. So now what we can do is we can do the speaker test on the two stereo speakers there. So let's cut to that. The left one. That's that there. Boo-doo-doo. Okay, now we're gonna test the two speakers. They are gonna get very loud. That's just 31. Okay, I'm not going to test it at full volume. It's too loud. They're just too close to me. Even 30 is like pretty loud. Okay, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. They get very loud to start with. This room, it's fairly large, but the depth from me to the speakers is not huge, so I wouldn't actually use them at full volume. It's too loud. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Because if you have a significantly larger area, especially deeper, like if you're in a much deeper where the speakers are further away, then you could turn them up much louder. It's not necessary though, they get very loud. Now, whether they are extremely loud or whether they are turned down quite a bit, they sound incredible. despite the fact that they're not very big. Like they're not, the depth of these things is they're not very large speakers physically. I mean, they easily are just going to pop in an inconspicuous area. They're so loud. So if you had like a party setup and you're having a get together and you just wanted them to play music, they would do the trick. They sound amazing. They have a ton of bass, like floor and house rattling bass, despite the fact that they're small. Of course, it's not going to beat out like a true massive subwoofer, but I wouldn't want a subwoofer. They're tons of bass. So the next thing we're going to do is the microphone. So I just turned it on and it automatically connected. You can see it's already working. So there's the microphone here. You can get two if you get the kit. It comes with two of them here. There's a volume up, volume down. There's actually a reverb setting. I'm gonna turn it down for a second. There's a reverb setting, reverb 0, 1, 2. Why would you use this mic? Well, there's a couple reasons that are maybe not as obvious. Maybe you're at a wedding or something like that and you're officiating. You can have a video in the background, something that's playing, you can talk about it. Maybe you have a professional meeting. You have this Anker and NEBULA projector anyways, bring it into your meeting, use it for that, do professional type setting, or even buy it for that. That's going to be a good option for you. You have your microphone that you can use. The other option is, of course, you can do it for karaoke. So let's just give it a quick test here. I'll just do a talking example. And by the way, with karaoke, I mean, you don't need a karaoke app. You just go on YouTube. I'm not going to do karaoke with like audio or anything like that because I will get demonetized. And more specifically, the video might even get flagged and taken down. So no reverb here. This is an example of me doing no reverb. Or wait, that's max reverb. That's no reverb. There's also no feedback. I am now standing kind of right in front of the speakers. I'm going to set my microphone down, my lapel microphone that's going to record. And I'm going to walk around here and you can hear there's no reverb, even though I'm using the microphone right now. I don't know, I would say probably 5 is fairly loud for this area here. If I was speaking louder, I could make it project a little bit louder as well. Like if I was doing a presentation, this is how loud I would be talking, so I wouldn't necessarily have to have it any louder. Reverb 1, I guess you could potentially use for talking. It's not too like whoa, 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 whoa. Reverb 2, it makes me sound like I'm in a cave. That's actually me doing that. But yeah, it definitely depends what you're going to do. Now here's the fun part, and that is playing games. Of course, a projector suits very well to a scenario where you are watching movies, watching content, that kind of stuff. But gaming is something that I think is slept on still a lot by the potential consumers for a projector screen like this. Like gamers aren't going to look necessarily right now, look out and say, I should get a really nice projector. A lot of them are looking at getting like TVs. And the problem is, there's a few reasons that a TV would be inferior, for example, to a projector like this. One is your space, right? So you have a very, very large TV. You could be limited by the space that you have, the location of it. Like physically, you have to have some type of table setup or something like that. It may not be conducive to your setup. The second thing is this is adaptable to this scenario. So I can play in different areas of my house on different size screens. You can also take it with you. It's a portable screen. It literally has a handle, right? You press the button and the handle comes out. Take it with you. If you're going with your friends, you have a get together, something like that, you can play games together, right? Co-op games like this, you can play together and enjoy yourself. The other thing is you can take it with yourself. If you don't want to play with other people, then you can take it with yourself from different locations. Maybe you travel, something like that. Are you packing up your 65-inch TV? Maybe. Are you packing up your 85-inch TV? Packing up your 100-inch TV? I doubt it. I doubt you're taking your 100-inch TV with you on a plane or in your car or wherever, or in your backpack. I highly doubt that. So here you can. You can not only have it to different locations, you can also take it depending on where you're going. If you travel a lot, something like that. That's all fantastic. Let's not talk about any of that though. Let's talk about the fact that now I have like a 100-inch TV in front of me. I play a lot of games on a handheld. Handhelds are awesome, but they're right in front of me. When I'm playing on a TV, I don't have a 100-inch TV. So, I'm limited in the immersiveness of something like that. Playing a game like this on this beautiful, vibrant screen with these really good colors that might look weird on camera, but trust me, to me, they look fantastic. Like the greens are so rich. All the colors look fantastic. And you're coming into something like this, like, you know, a game like something, you know, Hogwarts or something like that, that is kind of like, I mean, people grow up with these books. I did, for one thing. And then you're taken into the, like the castle here. Like, I feel like I'm actually in this. The thing is massive. The screen is massive. And it just feels much more immersive to be able to play on something like this. Now, also, I'm noticing zero lag. You know, the input latency is very low, not really detecting it at all. Maybe if you're playing a professional shooter, I mean, I'm not into that. I don't know, that might be something that you care about. But for me, I mean, the type of games that I primarily play are games like this, and it feels fantastic. Where did that go? Look at this. It's just fantastic. And it won't look good on camera, it's just the way that it's hard to record. But anyways, for me, I mean, obviously I think projectors are something that people who watch a lot of content in movies are not sleeping on necessarily. Maybe the high-end stuff like this, they're not realizing just how much of a game changer it is. But I think gamers are another area, a segment where people should really actually legitimately consider high-end projectors like this. Like, you're gonna spend $3,000 on a TV, $3,500 on a TV. Honestly, check out something like this. It's so versatile and it's so immersive and so nice. Okay, I don't want to be super long with the conclusion, so I'm going to speak a little bit fast and I'm going to speak very precisely. Let's start with the projector itself. We'll start with the screen, or in this case, the projected image. It can be very small or it can be very large. It looks incredible, very crisp, high color space, looks nice, nice and bright, no fringing, beautiful image. Good contrast too. If you put it on a white screen, you'll obviously get a little bit less contrast, but you'll have super crisp whites. You can put it on an off-white like my walls here, and it really does improve that contrast. And the projector is so bright that even so, the whites look fantastic. So that's great. The image quality is amazing, exactly as you'd anticipate. Crisp, beautiful 4K imagery. Very good. Other things, we'll talk about some of the features. The fact that you have that auto adjust where it just finds the screen. This thing opens, it can go onto the roof if need be. If you want to have a ceiling style setup, and it will then adjust. So if you don't have, you know, a perfect wall, I haven't actually seen that before on any projector. It's the first time I've seen that, where it actually will find the screen. It worked very well, even with my small, relatively small kind of canvas setup. Found it right away on the walls. It found it perfectly on this one. On the big wall, it found it, but I was like, I want to make it bigger, and you can manually adjust. Very good. You have things like keystone, also very good. You have an autofocus, manual focus. I didn't need to do any manual because the auto was great. So image is amazing. It's exactly as you'd anticipate from a very premium 4K laser projector. I have zero complaints. It looks fantastic, especially when you consider the price of this being actually very competitive. That's that. Now, audio, also very good. It has really good built-in speakers in this product here. Obviously, you're not going to get a true stereo sound as much because you have it in one singular place. It is producing the sound into different directions, but you'll get that there. On that note, the acoustics of this in terms of noise, just running it, is very quiet. It's not going to bother you. So even if you turn the speakers down quite a bit, it's still going to be very audible. Thing does get super loud, like crazy loud. So you can turn it up, and even at that loud level, it doesn't distort. So this unit on its own is fantastic. If you're looking for an amazing portable projector, I would actually legitimately consider this, like high consideration. It's a very good product. It has been a little over a week with the Anker NEBULA. I decided to come in so I could show it with all its accessories glory. This is a weird kind of quick cut. I don't normally do this after the fact because I usually do things, you know, like a day or two of testing, but I've been using this quite a bit. Testing, just actually been playing a lot of games, to be honest with it. And one thing that I want to emphasize is the coolness of the accessories pack. I did use it a little bit on its own, but honestly, the accessories pack does add quite a bit to this here. I mean, you're able to take what is, it's still a great product. I mean, still a fantastic product. Good projector, very, very good features. Everything is fantastic. But I would actually recommend, I mean, I would consider the accessories pack if it's something that you are interested in. I mean, you can really take your projector experience and turn it into a home stereo, home theater experience. I mean, you're able to get these two speakers here. You can set them up, get yourself stereo audio. These things sound incredible, and you're going to really be able to enrich your whole setup with something that goes natively into this. A lot of people will buy, you know, television or media product like this, projector, and then afterwards, you know, they're buying the satellite speakers, that kind of thing. They're adding them in to really enhance the sound. Here, it's just part of the package. You literally turn it on, and it's already paired. It's designed specifically for it. You're able to take what is this product here, make it much more of a home theater experience by pairing them with the accessories pack here. These are fantastic. And of course, the microphones are super cool if that's something that you're into. The reason being, not only are they, I mean, they're microphones, they work just fine, everything's good with them, but they tie right into the speakers. So there's no extra software needed. There's no fiddling or anything like that, which is not something you can natively do on a television or even a projector like other ones. They don't have something like this that's tied directly into the accessories package there. You know, you're getting yourself something like a karaoke machine. You're getting yourself something that, you know, potentially use this, then plug the projector into a computer or something like that, then plug a microphone into your computer. It's just a lot of extra steps for something that you could get the accessories package here, get yourself such incredible speakers. They're going to really enhance the home audio, home theater experience there with this whole package. And then, of course, if you are interested with the microphones as well, they tie natively right into the system there. So honestly, it's a fantastic product after using it for, you know, a little over a week now. It's fantastic. I can really attest to the fact that this product here is very, very good. And the accessories package here, the bonus accessories with the carrying case, which is, I kind of brought it into for dramatic effect, is very nice, especially if you are going to be taking it on the go, going to a celebration, get together type of thing. You pop everything in here. This is a very sturdy, rugged type carrying package. You know your stuff's going to be safe. You can take it with you to the event, take it home with you. But even if it's, you know, not just about this, it's just about the home theater experience for your home, these package here with the extra speakers are fantastic. Honestly, they are well above what I expected from two satellite style speakers.